Let's check it out. Hey, my lovely people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having a fantastic morning, a lovely day filled with energy. If not, I am here to fill it up with knowledge, excitement, with this first ever conversation video of mine, which I had with the warm and wonderful Indrajit. So, Indrajit, thank you for giving me this opportunity to present this video to my viewers, to my learners, and I hope it will help them enhance their communication skills and their confidence. Guys, please watch it. This is our first ever conversation video. Do not forget to pour a lot of love by liking, sharing, and yes, do not forget to press the bell icon for many more conversation videos coming up. Once again, thank you, Indrajit, for giving me this opportunity. Here we go.
Hello everyone, my audience. Today I welcome a very wonderful tutor. Hope some of you know her and some of you do not know about her. So let's get the introduction, a sweet introduction from her. So ma'am, could you please introduce to our audience?
So, hi Indrajit, thank you for this warm welcome. And it's again a pleasure being with you on your channel. And I
Thank you.
believe it's not only our first time, it is our second
Yeah,
time. We are having this session for the second time, right?
yes.
So once you
Yeah.
joined with me long back, and today is the second time. Of course, it's a pleasure being here. Thank you for that. So I would like to introduce myself to all of your viewers.
Sure.
My name is Vinie, and my students fondly call me as Dia Ma'am. And I hail from beautiful city of lakes. It is Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. So academically, I am CA finalist, CS
Okay.
professional, which is company secretary, and I have completed my master's in economics. Additionally, I hold a certification in public speaking, and this is about
Okay,
me
nice.
academically. And professionally, I am a spoken English trainer. I am a freelancer. Alongside, I am associated with a couple of platforms, and it's been over 9 years I have been in teaching, and
Wow.
I bring over an experience of 9 years now, and it has been an absolute privilege and an enriching journey of 9 years where I have tutored more than 3,500 students, and my
Oh,
students range from kindergarten, like students of 5, 6 years old to 75 years old students.
wow, it's
Addition,
crazy.
and it includes school going students, as I mentioned, kindergarten, college students, IT professionals, chartered accountants, doctors,
Wow.
and most of them are preparing themselves for some competitive exams. Additionally, I am a budding YouTuber. So I have my
Yeah.
small YouTube channel where I create content and I give lessons related to this language, English language. And in my spare time, I love to do art. I am a travel
Wow.
enthusiast, an art enthusiast,
Nice.
and I love creating video. That is how my entire day is. And whenever I get time, I just step out of my house and spend some time in nature and get a quick escape for myself. So this is a
Yeah.
quick introduction about me. If you have any other questions regarding my introduction, you're free to ask.
Sure, sure. And thank you for your sweet introduction. And ma'am, I just wanted to know from you, like you are a chartered accountant, so you selected a very different path, like for profession. So what is the main motive or why did you choose this?
Okay. Well, Indrajit, I would appreciate this question. And I would like to mention this is the most frequently asked question these days. So every other day I get this question, ma'am, why did you choose teaching? Why did
Yeah.
you? Okay, this is the second question. Why did you choose teaching? The first one is always, why didn't you continue with chartered accountancy? So, of course, I would love to answer. So, Indrajit, as you know very well, and as everyone knows, chartered accountancy is one of the most privileged and respected uh, professions we have, not only in our country but across
Mm.
the world. And I really feel privileged to be part of it, to have pursued it. But somehow, I have always felt that I need a space where there is a lot of creativity, right?
Mm.
I really can't stick
Yeah.
to those rigid, static kind of routine, like waking up
Mm.
in the morning, opening those files, and just mm, surrounded with piles of documents and books, and just ending your day with a lot of stress like that. Okay, that is one part. Most importantly, I believe I was always looking for something which had some creativity along with knowledge, right?
Good.
And I think teaching is the perfect blend of these two, where there is knowledge plus there is creativity.
Yeah.
And after a long thought procedure, and after a lot of highs and lows, which I had during that phase of my life when I was thinking, what should I do, or which path should I choose as my career? So finally, I found teaching is something where I felt that I belong to this field, and I felt the most of myself. I felt like the happiest of myself. So
Wow.
that is
That's the
how
main thing.
yeah, it started as a passion, purely out of passion. And somehow it transitioned into a
Yeah.
profession. So that is how it started.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Very
So
nice.
basically, the conclusion is that I wanted something where I can have some engagement, some day to day
Mm.
creativity, some good connection with people, where I can express myself freely. And that's how I
Good.
chose teaching. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Uh,
Very nice. And so you have 9 years experience of teaching. So could you please share about this great experience?
sure. Okay. So, as I already mentioned, it wasn't planned, right?
Yeah.
If it would have been planned, I would have done some specializations and some courses
Mm.
specifically related to teaching like that. But it wasn't my plan originally. It just happened. So, Indrajit, I would like to really mention that I am a person, I really don't believe in chasing things. Okay. So,
Okay.
I am a believer, whatever is meant for me will find its way to me.
Mm.
Right? And that is how teaching found me. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I talk about how I started this journey, so while I was pursuing my chartered accountancy, so the institute where I had my classes, my chartered accountancy classes, there I was a good student, not bragging, but yeah, I was a good student. And I had keen interest in teaching since the beginning. So when I was at stage two, which we call as IPCC, if you are aware, right?
Okay.
CAIPCC, like second stage of chartered accountancy.
Okay. I
So
see.
I was a student of IPCC. Okay. So
Mm.
I got an opportunity to teach CA foundation students. That means students of level one. I was at level
Level
two.
one. Yeah. Okay. I
Okay.
got it.
So the
Got
same
it.
institute gave me an opportunity to teach those students.
Nice.
Although I was also a student at that time. It's just I was one level ahead of them.
Mm.
But initially, I was really skeptical whether I should go ahead with this because teaching CA students is not everyone's cup of tea, and it's not a piece of cake, definitely. But I thought, okay, let's give it a try and let's do it. Let's take up this challenge. And I just started, right?
Yeah.
It happened in the year 2014. So it started in the year 2014.
Okay.
That was the first time ever I started my teaching journey officially,
Mm.
right? Otherwise, if I talk about teaching, so in my childhood, every day I, along with my friends, this wall used to be our blackboard and whiteboard, and we used to buy some chalks, and the young kids of our families used to be our students, and we just taught them
Yeah.
CAT, cat, and BALL ball, and some lessons like that. So that was
Okay.
that is when it started. But officially, if I talk, so it started in 2014. Became teacher, and I taught the subject. If you know law, we had one subject, mercantile law, right? So I used
Okay.
to teach two subjects in that institute. It was a next level experience. I had a wonderful experience overall. After that, after teaching in that institute, I remember I started teaching students of class 11th and 12th, like that, all
Okay.
the subjects. And later, I started preparing students for competitive exams.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yes, where I started with this English journey. So my main subject, my
Mm.
core subject used to be English. There, when I was
English.
preparing students for competitive exams.
Okay.
And now, if I talk about the entire turning point, so this turning point, I would consider COVID as my turning point. So when
Mm.
COVID came, uh, most of the educators or most of the trainers and tutors today, whom you find on online platforms, they started their journey during COVID.
Yeah.
And same is my case. So I found some wonderful opportunities during COVID, and I just transitioned my offline journey into online teaching
Mm.
during COVID, and it's been 5 years now. I have been associated with online platforms, and I have worked with multiple platforms so far. And the overall experience, if I tell you, it's been a life giving kind of experience, I would say, where I
Wow.
have discovered myself, honestly. I didn't
Very
know
nice.
that this is my personality, but with having day to day interactions with my students, made me rediscover myself. Like, what is
Mm.
my best personality? I found that. So, this is my experience with teaching. Amazing experience I have had so far.
Very. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And it reflects till now. And I wish you a great, like, a very living journey ahead.
And even I am ready to take up challenges and evolve every day with
Very
my
nice.
students. So when I teach, I'm not just a teacher, I am a learner as well. Right. That is how
Great.
it goes.
Great.
A teacher is not
Yeah.
just a teacher.
Absolutely.
Teachers are learners for life.
Mm.
So
I
that is
understand.
how teaching is, like that. So Indrajit,
Nice.
please tell me something about your experience with your teachers, or at least one experience I would like to hear, which you had with any of your English teachers. It can be during your school days or early school time. Any experience, if you can share, it would be great.
It would, yeah, like I used to be a good boy in the class, and all the teachers used to prefer me. So it was wonderful. And when to specifically an English teacher, I really like admire her like for her great skill. And when she used to teach, I like we are got like what I can say. Like we can't express how amazing it was, and I like when I start actually studying English, like in the class fifth standard. Actually, I was not so good academically, but morally I was good. But my turning point was from class seven. So when I met the teacher, I when I first met the teacher, and she, I was really spellbound by her teaching skill, and I it was very easy to understand everything, and that's how I thought I should be good enough in academic field so that I get good marks as well as I get good admiration from all the teachers, and that's how it built just. And yeah, I can remember that seventh standard, it was my turning point to become academically good.
Seventh.
Seventh, yeah, class seven.
Okay. So
So it
was it to
was
impress your teachers or your parents? Or how it that motivation came?
like to impress the teachers also, and like I have no parents from class two, so I was sent to hostel, and I was there. I studied there, and so that's how it like my educational journey and schooling journey started. And I will tell another like about this story in the next video. But right now I just to impress all the teacher to get a good marks and to get good attention, you can say, like as a good student. So it was my turning point, class seven. I still
Yeah.
remember. Even when I talking to you, I still feel goosebumps.
Okay. So, in Indrajit, I believe school time or school days honestly is the best period of our lifetime.
To
Don't you
hundred
think?
percent.
So, even I feel like that today. So, though I'm a teacher today, but I still miss my student days. So, school days, especially. Yes.
Yeah,
Amazing. All right. So, it's been one amazing journey.
absolutely, absolutely. So, ma'am, can you tell me of challenges you faced as a teacher while teaching?
Okay. So you are really hitting our pain points today.
Oh, sorry for that.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Of course. Not only my profession, Indrajit, I believe all of us, it's life, all of us, we have to go through this entire phase where you'll
Yeah.
have some hardships, where you'll have your best days and bad hair days, everything you have to face. So teaching is not an exception. Teachers also, they come across a lot of challenges on day-to-day basis. Though I find people saying that teaching is the easiest job one can do, or teaching is the easiest profession, it is the most convenient profession, but it is not like that. There are challenges which we go through, which and there are day-to-day challenges which we come across. But yes, it just keeps us going. That is what I believe. So, if I talk about major challenges which I have faced in my journey, it is that the toxic relationship which I have to maintain between keeping myself motivated and at the same time keeping my students motivated. That means, as a teacher, I am always looked up as a role model, right? My students see me as their role model, or students usually find their teacher or see their teacher as their role models, right? So teachers, they have some extra responsibility to present themselves as calm, composed, motivated, energetic, so that they
Hmm.
can keep their students as motivated. right? So even if we are having, even if I am having a bad day, or let's suppose a low kind of day, a gloomy day, but
Gloomy.
I cannot show that to my students, right?
Mm.
I just have to motivate myself that day and motivate my students to come up with their best. So this is one challenge which is a constant push which we have
Okay.
to keep or maintain to keep ourselves motivated, to keep ourselves energetic, and keep our
Mm.
students motivated as well. This is one thing. Second is, Indrajit, as a teacher, as I already told you, I have tutored more than 3,500 students so far. So every day means every day I come across diversity of people, right? Diverse mindsets, different opinions, different thoughts, different expectations, not only from
Mm.
students, but from their parents, if they are school going students, from the institutions. So there are
Yeah.
various expectations, right? And to prove ourselves at that time becomes a challenge. Why? Because you cannot always match that mindset. Sometimes you
Mm.
have a different thought and your student might be having absolutely different thought, right?
Yeah.
So to match, to bring a balance at that situation become or I can say it's a complication sometimes. And other than that, yeah, updating, keeping ourselves updated these days,
Mm.
uh, a lot of technology advancement is there, and AI is there. So keeping ourselves updated is the new thing, the new addition in this journey.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I tell you as a teacher, Indrajit, sometimes we come across some behavioral challenges as well. So sometimes you find students these days are no more those innocent students, right? So they are way too forward, Gen Zs as we call. So
Yeah.
the the kind of behavior they show, they don't treat you as a teacher, right?
Mm.
They sometimes start treating you as a friend. Uh, they start taking you for granted. I have seen. So
Mm.
there are some
Okay.
behavioral issues where you find some students being little bit rude like that,
Mm.
and having, so that type of challenges, I think not only I face, but most of us face those challenges. But yeah, it's a part of our journey and it keeps us going. It just evolves us
Yeah.
as not only as a teacher, but also as a person also. So whatever I'm today, it's just because I have experienced all this.
Yeah.
So this is one thing. These are the hardships I believe all of us
Mm.
face. Yes.
Yeah. I can understand.
Yes.
And
100%.
okay, ma'am. So to make it lighter, so any funny incidents have you faced as a teacher?
Okay. Thankfully, Indrajit, you came up with this question because the last question got me so intense and I was completely into emotions, right?
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I became so serious when I was sharing my challenges or the challenges which we face as teachers. So, thank you for coming up with this question, and which will take our session to a lighter note. So
Yeah.
some
Sure.
funny incidents, if I could recall. All right. So I would like to share one incident which just happened couple of days back, right?
Okay.
So Indrajit, when it comes to I'll share two incidents. I would like to share
Sure.
two of them. So today I'm able to recall one of my students. Uh, I used to have sessions with her almost 1.5 years back. Okay. So
Mm.
she was someone I used to keep laughing throughout her session because she was really a jocular and a good humored kind of person. So one
Okay.
day
Nice.
she told me that, dear ma'am, I have a question for you. I said, yes, please. I thought she'll be asking, she'll ask some serious kind of question.
Yes, study related or something.
Yeah. So she told me, ma'am, is there someone at ceiling? For a couple of minutes, I wondered what is she trying to ask, right? I asked where. Like on a serious note, I asked where. Huh? So she said, yes, ma'am, is there someone there or at over to your head? I said, no, not really. There's just a ceiling and I could see fan and in front of me is a wardrobe. She said, ma'am, then while teaching, why you keep looking up like this? Why your eyes always roll upwards? So I always think there are people sitting right in front of you, over to you. Why do you always keep looking upwards? And that day made me realize, Indrajit, that it is just my habit to keep looking here and there while I teach. And specifically, I started noticing that I am habitual of looking upwards as well. So
Okay.
that, that was really a funny moment which I had a couple of years back, 1.5 years back. And then the incident which I was talking about, which I had just 2 days, 3 days back. So I have one student, right? He's just 7-year-old student, just a 7-year-old. Okay.
So,
So when you have kids as your students, you are also expected to behave and become a kid, right?
mm,
So I always be very casual with kids. I don't I don't behave like a very strict teacher. So one day, that student out of the box, he said, Vinie ma'am, you know what? You are like a small little baby. I said, what? For a moment, I was just hiding my face after listening to this. I was thinking, what made him speak like this? I said, sorry, what did you say? He said, ma'am, you know what? My Winnie ma'am is really like a small little baby. I said, why? Why do you feel so? He said, ma'am, even if I joke, you get angry. Even if I say that I get exhausted after a session, you feel like as if I'm telling it to you on a serious note, and then you give me an angry look. So why do you behave like a small little baby?
true point. Point to be noted.
It made me laugh. It made me feel embarrassed, and it made me feel it gave me a good feedback as well. That okay, if he is
Mm,
talking jokingly, I should take it as a joke. Right? So
yeah,
this was one funny moment, and really for 2 days I was laughing whenever that his words were coming to my mind. So that student, when he told me my Winnie ma'am is a little baby, it was really funny. So this is one incident which I could remember.
yeah. Oh, very nice. Very sweet of you. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it is sometimes like people like what they feel because they are child, right? So they just ask away.
They just ask, right? They
Mm,
won't think like how we think whether I should ask or not. We just
yeah,
give it a thought. We keep thinking whether I should ask or not. Okay, let's leave it. We think like that. But these kids, they don't even think. They just ask and they just say.
yeah. Sometimes they are very smart right now. They are very smart.
Very smart. Very smart. So I remember that a child told me, ma'am, I am RCB fan. Okay. And so I said, suppose if I tell you that I am not an RCB fan, then so he told, okay, ma'am, then I won't be able to have sessions with you because I can't
Oh,
be with anyone who is not an RCB fan. Okay, so I said, okay, let's suppose if I'm not supporting RCB. She said, ma'am, I will disconnect the session.
oh my God.
So kids are so smart these days,
Yeah,
really smart. So that kind of
absolutely.
experience I have, and that keeps me motivated and energetic, honestly, at the end of the day, and keep me a little stress free also.
Yeah, that's true. For your great conversation, lovely conversation, and make this conversation very upbeat. And I am very, very fortunate to have a conversation with you on my channel, and hope to see you soon again.
So, Indrajit, of course, it was pleasure today having you here, and thank you for inviting me for this lovely session. And I'm assured that we'll be meeting soon. We'll be catching up with many more sessions.
Yeah, sure, sure, definitely.
I would like to wish you all the best for your YouTube channel. And I just
Thank you.
hope your viewers will give immense love on this video of yours. And
As well
I
as
feel,
you, and I
yes,
will mention your channel also in the description. So those who are watching right now, you can check the description. Vinie ma'am is there, and you can connect with her.
thank you. It's, of course, a pleasure of mine being here. And I would wholeheartedly like to wish you all the best for this journey of yours. Keep growing, keep shining, and keep
Thank you.
evolving.
Thank you
All right.
so, so much.
It was wonderful conversation with you. Thank you, Indrajit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care, ma'am. Take care. You
Have
too.
a good day. Thank you.